Namaste, Jai Bharat. Have you ever come across anyone in Bharat saying or ever saying that we are a nuclear country? Have you ever come across anyone saying that we are a nuclear nation, we will nuke you? Like in Hindi, हम आटम बम लगा देंगे, हम एटॉमिक पावर है, हम बम मारेंगे, एटम बम मारेंगे. I'm sure that none of you has ever come across anyone making such statements. But in case of Pakistan, this is a common phenomenon, right on the street phenomenon. I say right on the street phenomenon because it's a commonly spoken by everyone, from children to very aged people. They are very conscious of themselves possessing some kind of nuclear weapon, which they think. I doubt. That's my personal doubt. I don't know if they are really capable nuclearly. They don't even make motorcycle engines. They must have obtained something from somewhere, but then to what extent they can be effectively using it is a question, big question mark in red color. Well, that's not our concern right now. If at all they use it, when they use it, we'll come to know. Now suppose there are two nations. One nation attacks another nation using a nuclear weapon. Then of course, that nation which is attacked, so nation A and nation B. Nation A attacks nation B with nuclear weapons, and then nation B will get considerable damage. Now, can nation B strike back nation A? That's the question. That is called second strike capability. Normally, the nuclear countries, except very few like Bharat, China, US, Russia, etc., they have this second strike capability. Now, even if you destroy the nuclear installations on land, there are possibilities of nuclear attacks coming from different corners, like submarines and aircraft carriers, etc., 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 or from some other kinds of remote facilities. So that's called second strike capability, which Bharat has. Now suppose Pakistan, they are very obsessed with nuclear weapons, they romanticize nuclear weapons and foolishly talk about nuclear weapons. It's very obvious that no one is going to use it, or no one shall be able to use it, given that tomorrow also already exists. Suppose Pakistan attacks Bharat, sending a nuclear warhead to Bharat, and suppose it hits somewhere. They don't hit the target normally, somewhere, but then a nuclear explosion in our land will have its own repercussions. Then it's obvious that Bharat will strike back. When Bharat strikes back Pakistan, then Pakistan can't strike back because they don't have the second strike capability. We will destroy them totally, as we already near destroyed their nuclear facilities, willfully not destroyed it, because that will lead to something else. They can't strike back. Once they will use, and that's the end of that nation. That's what people say. If you use nuclear weapons, that's the end of your nation. The Pakistan will be wiped out of the surface of earth. Then debris will remain, and debris don't talk. Pakistan is desperate now. Pakistan, this means who? When you talk of Pakistan, who are you talking about? We don't talk about the people who are suffering permanently. We don't even talk about those president, prime minister, etc. characters. They have got a virus right from the very inception. That's the virus of army. Pakistan permanently is an army ruled because that nation is built on hatred. The nation's very inception is built on hatred, and hatred based separatism, Hindu hatred, from there it develops India hatred, etc., etc., etc. So, they needed bullies. They respect terrorists. They respect gundas. They respect destroyers. They respect anyone destroys. So the army takes over, and right from the beginning, it's an army that determines things for Pakistan. The people, it's not just the army, the people in Pakistan want an army. They keep saying our army is so great, and they name the army chiefs or now failed marshal, whatever. He will do this, he will do that, he's okay. But these are the kind of fantasies they live in. So they wanted the second strike capability, and of course they asked China. In all likelihood, which I don't know, it's only speculations, China must have facilitated the nuclear, if at all they have any nuclear weapons, and which they won't be able to use it effectively. That's for sure. And then China obviously, Pakistan is given something in return, says, you take the Gwadar port, give us a second strike capability. China refused. China refused on prudence. Not just prudence in that sense of the term, but prudence on their part, because what Pakistan says they will never do, they will never do. There was this OPEC corridor, this thing, that thing. Gwadar port was already offered to China, and China wanted it all right, but not at the cost of this, because they give them second strike capability, and when China goes in there, they'll be attacked. Who? The inbuilt terrorists. A terrorist nation will have terrorists built in. A terrorist nation which promotes abets terrorism will have terrorists, counter-terrorists. See, thesis would have antithesis. Antithesis is far-flung. A thesis will automatically generate antithesis. And once you start up terrorist camps in Pakistan, there will be anti-groups. And then it's obvious that they clash, because these people don't understand, and they don't have any epistemology of coexistence. So China refused. Now Pakistan means this army man. Right now, this army man is Asim Munir. He wants second strike capability. Look at the height of that man's fantasy. Khane ko nahi hai. And he is not bothered. He is not bothered of the people. He is not bothered of the nation. They don't have a concept of a nation. Maybe I'll talk about it differently at some other time. We shall meet. Namaste. Jai Bharat. Jai Siya Ram.